Hey guys, I know you've seen this look before. I actually have the day off, so I'm trying to do a couple videos while I have the day off because this week is going to be really busy for me at work. So, because I'm still new to YouTube, I'm sure that you guys have seen the majority of the decks that I own, but I'm still going to show it to you anyways because who knows? I may have something to say that will actually get you to purchase a deck or look at a deck a different way. So this one is actually the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins by Doreen Virtue. In my last video, which was about the Ascended Masters deck, I talked about how Doreen Virtue has really sweet, kind of sugary, syrupy, everything is love and light and beautiful and pretty. While I love that philosophy, life is not always like that. And that's kind of how I feel about a lot of Doreen's things, is that nothing's ever really dark. You know, there's nothing that really talks about grief or, like nothing ever talks about death or the shadow aspect of yourself. Everything is just pretty and light and sugary, and it's just not really me. With that being said, that's kind of how I feel about this deck too. Here's the back. It's one of her older decks, so it's kind of plain. It doesn't have any gilding on it. And the book is not like it's kind of, I don't know. The other decks that she has, the guidebooks are actually like bound together. This one is just stapled together. So that's one thing that I didn't like, but it is one of her older decks, so I'm not going to hold that against her. Plus, I feel like in some of her other decks, there's more information on all of the cards. This does not have a lot of information, so that can either be a good or a bad thing. If you're new to using Oracle decks, you may want to have a little bit more information until you kind of learn to rely on your intuition and trust your intuition. If you're used to using Oracle, it's probably not going to be a big deal for you because you're used to kind of tuning in and figuring out what it means to you. So it probably won't be a big deal to someone who already has a bunch of decks or has another Doreen deck, because they kind of can all work together in different ways. You can put a couple different Doreen decks together and use them that way, or at least that's what she says. She says that her decks can be used together in conjunction with each other. I personally have never tried that because I've never felt called to do it, but I mean, why not? Who knows? The other thing that I'm not super a fan of is that the artwork is so small. Like, some of these images truly are beautiful, and I don't need, like, this outside border and an inside border. Like, I don't need all of that. Like, where's the artwork? And that's one thing that I don't like about some of her decks, is that there's just so much border and so little artwork. Like, if I just wanted plain paper, I'd make it myself. I mean, I can go on Printer Studio and get a plain border and get just plain cards and use Sharpie. Or I could get blank playing cards and do it that way. So I really want to see the artwork. And again, it just feels a little disjointed because you have artwork that's like this, which to me is not... This card is called A New Dawn, if you can't read backwards. I don't like this picture. But, like, this one, with this dolphin, I think is gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. But then again, you have this, and I just think I don't like that image. But that's me personally. But then I do have there is one card in here. I cannot explain it to you. Oh, this one's pretty. It's called Dream Big. There is a card in here that I am not... I can't... It's towards the back. It is called Wait, and I think that this is like I cannot, I hate this card. I hate this imagery. I don't like this card. But I mean, the deck is accurate. I will give it that. The deck is definitely accurate. It definitely tells you what you need, and it gives you the advice that you need. That is a good thing. However, I will probably do a trade for this because I'm not a huge fan of the artwork. I never reach for it. I never reach for it either. And I think that Oracle decks are something that you should want to reach for, you should want to use. So I may trade this in. I've thought about trading it a couple different times and I haven't, so that might be a sign that maybe it's just not the perfect time to work with me, and that maybe later on, or maybe at another time, it might be right. But as of right now, I don't reach for this. I don't even really look at it, and I think that's a shame. Because I think that some of the images are truly, truly gorgeous. There is a, this is called Father Healing. And I love that image of, you know, Poseidon. That's who I was thinking of. I was trying to think, like, what's his name? Poseidon. I think that's a beautiful image of Poseidon. And some of these truly are gorgeous. Like, Friendship is pretty. You know, the little kid has a relationship with a manatee. I think that's really cute. Have Faith. I think that's a pretty card too. But I just don't ever... But then you have, like, Healing Heart. I don't like that image. It's too cartoony. It just feels... The artwork just feels really disjointed. I think that's my biggest complaint, and I think that's mainly the reason why I don't reach for it, is because it just feels so disjointed. And I honestly have to say that that is the biggest thing that I don't like about it. So, if you like water, or if you feel a connection to dolphin magic, or to mermaids, or anything like that, like, I have a friend, this is her favorite deck. Literally her favorite deck. And that's great. She is a water sign, so it really didn't surprise me that she connected with it. I didn't connect with it. And I thought I would, because when I first saw the images, I thought, oh my gosh, I need to have this deck. I have other water-based decks, mermaid-based decks that I like a lot more than this one. So, who knows, maybe it's just not the right time for me to work with it, and maybe in a couple months it will be the right time. Who knows? But as of right now, I don't reach for it. It's just collecting dust. And again, I think that's a shame, because I personally believe that if you spend money on something, you should want to use it. And I just never feel called to pull this. Like, I have these three. The Indigo Angel, the Goddess Guidance, and the Archangel. I'll do videos on all of these. I could use these on a day-to-day basis and never get tired of it. Ever. But this one, never even touch. Don't. I look at it and go, not today. But again, some of the images may call to you, and they just don't call to me. So, I would just keep that in mind. It is on Amazon. I actually think Amazon's having a Doreen Virtue sale. And I think it's like, I think it's $10 or something. So, if you feel called, I would go ahead and get it. If you like this video, if you want to see more, hit like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Actually, in a couple minutes, because I'm doing another video. Alright, so I'll see you guys soon. Bye!